Afghanistan.
T.Jawad is Afghanistan's ambassador to the United States. He joins us now. What are your expectations of an Obama presidency?
He is sending a very strong message of hope and tolerance all over the world. He has been very clear on the issues related to Afghanistan, such as the importance and significance of Afghanistan in the war on terror, the need for further resources for Afghanistan, and the issue of dealing with the terrorist sanctuaries around Afghanistan. We are looking forward very much to work with his team to formulate some of the ideas that he put forward into a comprehensive strategy.
But if he's talking about an escalation of military activity in Afghanistan and perhaps over the border, though, aren't we going to see more wedding parties bombed?
No. The reason that the wedding parties are bombed is threefold. First, still terrorists are allowed to infiltrate into Afghanistan. Second, the terrorists hide into the places such as funerals, such as wedding places. That happens, unfortunately, in Kandahar. And third, because of the limited military resources and capabilities, the United States has to rely on aerial bombing, which we disagree with. We are completely against it. If you have more troops, if you have troops that are better equipped, then we can carry out surgical operations and go after these bad elements.
Have you seen any indication from what Obama has said that he would rely less on air power, on strikes from drones and so forth, more on surgical strikes, as you put it?
Yes. Well, my contacts with his senior policy advisors, I have clearly indicated this position, and we have told them that civilian death is unacceptable to the Afghan president, to the Afghan people, and every measure should be taken to reduce this or to prevent it.
Right, but that's what every administration says. That's what this administration has said. But it goes on, and indeed, as David Tayeb was just saying, this is one of the bloodiest years in Afghanistan so far, and we understand that the American military has carte blanche now to launch airstrikes whenever they want from a local level. They can make the decisions without even consulting the president right now.
That is why we are working with the new president to come up with better measures. As I mentioned, the result is the economy of force. There are not enough forces on the ground to carry out these surgical operations. And when President Obama is asking for an additional 2 battalions, on the short term, this is very much welcome. On the long term, the solution is to build the capacity of the Afghan army and national police force. That could not be done overnight. And the same thing also, we cannot stop the flow of the terrorists overnight. So what could be done is to temporarily increase the presence of the international forces, and on the long run, shut down the terrorist sanctuaries across the border and build the capacity of the Afghan police and army.
I mean, there have been many commanders recently, some British commanders who said that victory isn't attainable in Afghanistan. It's neither feasible nor attainable. There is that problem that it's difficult to define what victory might actually mean. There's little hope, for example, that your government will have some sort of stable administration anytime in the future.
Well, look, if a British brigadier somewhere in Helmand gets overwhelmed, he should speak for himself, not for the entire nation of Afghanistan. We have been fighting for our freedom, for our dignity for 30 years. We were not going to let actually a few band of terrorists and criminals to take over Afghanistan again. They did it. They were a government in Afghanistan. We know exactly what it means if they are a government again. So the determination of the Afghan people, the consensus of the international community on the need to help Afghanistan is strong. We have a bump on the road.
But will not a sudden influx of forces, as Obama advocates, into Afghanistan merely incite an insurgency?
No. We have to contain the insurgency first, and if needed, later we'll talk to them. And also on the issue of the building the capacity of the Afghan government, if we are continuously under attack from all directions, how can we build that capacity? So we do need a room. We do need actually better security in Afghanistan to enhance the capacity of the Afghan government to deliver services and to provide protection.
Ambassador, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, the partying went